Hello, fellow YouTubers, truthers, people, citizens of America. God bless you all. Happy New Year's. The holidays are over and it's off to a crazy start as usual, as 2019 was. I just want to say it's been a while since I made a video. It's been about since November. So I'm gonna make a brief analogy of what's going on in right now in today's world. As of today's January 7, 2020, weird to say. Alright, so I'm gonna show you real quick. This is the latest from Fox News. Let me show you the zoom in here. Iran strikes back. Lawmakers react to attack on American troops in Iraq. So, let's hear for 1 second what they're saying.
He used the word de-escalation. Those are my two favorite words this day. De-escalate. And let's set this. Let's take a deep breath here.
We all
want
to de-escalate.
One more thing that's very much on my mind is the next step.
And distractions and false flags.
Really is entering into
bogus banners. I'm
sorry. Work that the senator and I must do.
So they stroke in Iraq.
To go to war.
Yeah, Senator. At one point, do you think that is legally necessary?
Well, we routinely debate authorization of the use of military force. The president has done what I think
this is going to be Iraq times 1,000.
And appropriate. He has been protecting American lives, our embassies, our personnel. We have been attacked tonight. I think he has all the authority.
This is just breaking news.
Today.
We don't even know if Americans killed or how many.
And to me, this goes back. We talk about what the partisan
Iran
divide
strikes back.
That has begun with the Iranian deal, which was such a bad deal, which gave so much money to Iran.
Okay, so
in
let's
the past.
start. Let's
Much
start
of it was
talking.
used for terrorism, and I believe some of those missiles.
Let me see. All right, so this is where we are today, January 7th. It's almost 12 o'clock, almost the 8th. So yes, the second in command of Iran, General Soleimani, was taken out in a drone strike in Baghdad in the airport. With a drone strike, according to sources, he killed over 600 American lives. He was a very bad person. All this other stuff, Well, any general has a lot of blood on their hands. Whatever country you're from, it's, the military is I wouldn't say a very ugly, scary. It's a very complicated, whole scenario. The whole military-industrial complex, And this right now, this is what all the news are centered on right now, because we don't know anything. This is the strike that, the blow that Iran is retaliating. They rose the red flag. Over their main main mosque, which they haven't done since the Middle Ages. Imagine that, and that signifies war. So Iraq was a disaster, and Afghanistan for over 18 years we've been there, and this is Iran. This is a whole different game plan. This is a whole different beast, animal, whatever you want to call it. Everyone's throwing around World War III. Everyone's throwing around apocalypse, but this can be called the Franz Ferdinand moment, which started World War I, and then with the Bolshevik Revolution, how they destroyed the Tsars of Russia to break up Russia, make the Soviet Union, make a communist state, just like fascism was in Germany and Italy. And I mean, in Russia, it was a different type of. It wasn't fascism. It was a form of socialism, the worst, communism, just like in China. Communism alone in the past 100 years has killed close to, believe it or not, no matter the sources, what people say, close to or over 1 billion people. The numbers are huge. Just the Soviet Union, from the first revolution I'm just gonna take you back to a little history, because we can't forget history, because that is, that's humanity, and that's where it goes and repeats itself or plays itself over, and the world is a stage. We could go through a lot of places here. We could go to Albert Pike, how he predicted the Civil War, the Revolutionary War, World War One, World War Two, and he predicted World War Three, the final war. After that, it's supposedly just sticks and stones. It will break bones. So, okay, so where do we leave off? Let's see. With Iraq, with Iran, right now, supposedly, Iran launched several missiles into U.S. Iraqi bases. Nobody knows if any human lives were lost right now. This is Fox News right now. Alert after alert. Let me show it to you.
Were fired at us tonight. We're funded by
This
money
is
that
breaking
came from
news.
the United
This is
States
live.
as the Iranian
Funded
deal
by
was
the
put together,
United
which was
States. You
really
see
an
this?
approach by
So
the
we
Obama
funded
administration
them.
of wishful thinking rather
Wishful
than real
thinking.
strategy.
Well, and Congressman, you know that is going to be one of the criticisms of the deal, that there were a lot.
So we gave them the money. Obama's administration, Hillary Clinton, who was Secretary of State, gave them billions of dollars in the Iran deal in 2005. We funded all of this that's happening right now. Let's listen a few seconds, and I'll get back to
Well, coming
my
after the
analysis.
U.S. is never a good thing for anybody to do, and certainly not for Iran or any other country. There are real consequences in doing so. My point earlier had to do with the fact that
I mean,
now we're not
I don't know if
necessarily
I don't know if this is
protecting
fear
ourselves from
porn.
an
They're trying to
imminent
scare
attack,
people into
but rather
World War III
responding,
talk. But this is
retaliating.
some
And at that
biblical
point, that
stuff.
comes then to, is it proper?
This is
And my
really
view
going
is
into
for
prophecy
Congress
right
to
here,
take this
biblical
up
prophecy.
as a
You can
war
deny it all you want,
and
but
the
it's been
authorization
playing
for the
out
president
exactly
to
as
then
it says.
respond, to retaliate. Certainly the president, any president,
This is only
has
one
the right, in fact, the
retaliation so far,
obligation
so
to protect American troops and American lives from an imminent, taking us back to your opening question, what is imminent? At this point, it's a tit for tat, a retaliation.
to eye for an eye.
If there's evidence that another missile attack is about to happen, then that then comes to the question of imminent. But if it's more than that, then we are really
Mother of all
entering into war, and
bombs,
that requires
maybe
us, the
strikes.
Senate and the House, to take
Trump
the
did
issue
talk
up
about
and say
52
yes or no,
strikes.
America will or will not go to war.
Well, and hopefully
Go to war. You see this?
After these briefings tomorrow, with all the heavy hitters who will be there. Quickly, since I have you both, I want to ask
I don't
you
know
about
what tomorrow's
impeachment.
gonna bring. Every
Speaker
day's a
Pelosi
new
today, Still
surprise.
holding on to the articles. They haven't been sent over to the Senate. Said this in a letter to her Democratic colleagues.
I will listen to a few more
His
seconds.
loyalty is to
I'll
the
keep
president
going.
and not to the Constitution. Senator, she's not convinced that this is going to be handled properly on the Senate side.
This is purely partisan on her part, purely political. The Democrats have been obsessed with impeachment.
Fox News.
National movement
Yeah,
is
Donald
coming
Trump
against
just
our-
got
the show
impeached
you
as a
just-
Christmas
15
gift.
percent of Americans say
And now,
58
we're just getting surprise after
77%.
surprise.
Except the Clinton rules, what was used for the Clinton
Interesting.
impeachment 20 years ago, it's time to do the same thing. That's what we now have. 51 Republican senators in the United States Senate have said
they are
we're
willing
ready
to go
to
this
vote
way.
to that.
Okay,
I don't
Congressman.
mind you putting that up, but don't put it up in front of me.
Yeah,
Look at these guys.
Let me ask you something, Congressman. This is from Mark Treason.
A lot of
His
clowns.
headline is Nancy Pelosi
A lot of
also
this
lovers.
info.
The sound you hear is Mitch McConnell's laughter. This is an opinion piece in the Washington Post.
Mitch
Democrats claim
McConnell.
they're delaying in the name of, quote, fairness.
Pelosi, Crazy
To
Nance.
accuse the president of high crimes and misdemeanors and then deny him a trial in which he can clear his name. Congressman, you know the argument that we heard repeatedly.
What a
from
mess.
Congressmen was we have to get this done. The president is
What
an
a
urgent
shame,
threat to
what a
democracy
shame
right
and
now.
disappointing mess that this whole
I don't
turned
think it
into.
was the question of an urgent
4
threat to
years
democracy,
almost.
but
Almost
yes, we wanted
4
to move
years of this.
expeditiously in the House of Representatives, and we did.
Of
We
this
also
headache,
knew that
of this headache to
subpoenas
the
that we
American
had
people,
issued
you know.
were in the
We're not supposed to be living in fear. Deny fear. Deny fear porn and stay courageous throughout it all. Keep your head on a swivel. That's my advice. Dangling article. Alright, so now they're talking about impeachment. And another channel which I've been started following for a while, let me see. Give me a second here. Is One American News, which is a little more reliable than Fox, because Fox has been, as you guys know, Fox has been bought by Disney, so you know how that goes. Everything's getting bought out by Disney. I mean, Disney owns CNN, and Disney just this 2019 they bought Fox News. So I don't know where that's gonna go from. All I know is One American News is way more reliable source right now. They speak out as the reports come in. I'm sorry guys, I'm gonna get a drink of water real quick. Not water, some juice. Okay, let's get it. I'll show you, there's a commercial on it. So 2019 was a chaotic year. It was a very tough year for all of us, all Americans. The whole world was on edge. A lot of natural catastrophes going on right now. It was the what? It was the Puerto Rico earthquake, the 5.4. Puerto Rico just got ravaged by hurricanes and pummeled by earthquakes last year, the year before. So there's definitely some natural, a lot of natural phenomenon, catastrophes going on. Earthquakes all over, you know, hurricanes, floods, crazy weather, unpredictable weather. It's just been a hectic year. I think that like 98% of you guys, us truthers, you know, will agree with me. And alright, so let's get back to the story. Where should we go from here? Alright, so they killed the general. Before that, what was the other big thing? It was the drone strike where Iran took out how much? It was like a $200-300 million drone in America, and they took it down. The most advanced drone took it down. Trump was ready to set out a whole carrier force, you know, U.S. carrier fleet, but he stopped at the last moment. Said there was no casualties, but it was a very expensive drone, you know. And hold on, developing news. Let me get back to it for 1 second. Oh, here we go. I just want you guys to see the breaking news right now. The footage.
Today, President Trump has since responded to the attack, saying all is well and reiterating that the U.S. has the most powerful and well-equipped military in the world.
Yes, we do, but they're forgetting about Russia and China.
Just days after the U.S. killed Iran's top general in a drone strike, prompting Iran to threaten to retaliate. Well, America's Emerald Robinson from the White House has
let me see. Let me make it a little. Iran fires missiles.
To the strikes conducted by Iran on two bases in Iraq. The president did meet with his
Iran fires missiles at bases with American troops. I hope there was no lives lost. I really do. They just sent over. They just sent over 6,000 more troops, Marines, into the Middle East. All right, let's listen for.
Everyone should wait for the damage assessment before jumping to conclusions. And so far,
look at this.
No reports of loss of
That's another we're already in Iran, you know. This Iraq-Iran.
The kind of response that might come from the U.S.
Look at this.
Saying that this potentially lays ground for a de-escalation between the two
This
sides.
lays ground for World War II. Here's Salmani, the one that got killed, the main general.
In a statement, Iran saying, "We are warning the U.S. that if they take any
That's him right there.
they will receive a harsher."
He was beloved by all of Iran, supposedly.
Were targeted specifically because they are outside the Shiite region in Iraq. Those sites. Sending a message.
I'll tell you a few of my opinions and prophecies in a few minutes.
The United States troops from Iraq, that vote being held just a few days ago and was supported solely.
Yeah, Iraq wants all U.S. troops out of their country after 18 years. 2001, now 2020, that's already 19 years. Look, burning American flags, they always do it though. Show of propaganda.
whatever the
ripping
president
U.S.
decides to
flags.
do. Now, Senator Lindsey Graham said in a television interview Tuesday night that he had just gotten off the phone with the president, and President Trump told him that the future of Iran is in his hands.
Future Iran is in his
It'll be
hands.
up to the Senate, and we'll
Also
see
some
how they
Trump.
feel. He would know nothing about what we're talking about.
And the president says John Bolton may not have to testify in the Senate impeachment trial.
Bolton.
Talking to reporters
What a
at the White
clown.
House on Tuesday,
This
the
guy's a
president said
clown
Bolton
for
would
sure.
hardly have any knowledge of
Who is that with
impeachment-related
Zelensky?
matters.
Look at
Bolton was
President
dismissed as
Zelensky
National
over here.
Security Advisor on
Another
September
clown.
10th of 2019, while
I
U.S.
mean,
military aid for
politician.
Ukraine was released the following day. President Trump
Goes
says the case for
synonymously.
impeachment is
Politician,
very
clown.
weak.
Yeah, whatever it is, it's a hoax. The impeachment is a big hoax. It's,
Witch hunt.
it's become a laughing stock all over the world. There was nothing done wrong.
Laughing
The two
stock.
articles that were sent
America became a
are,
laughing stock.
not
Well,
even
half of
serious,
it.
And by the way, they're not a crime.
President says the decision to bring Bolton in for testimony would be up to the lawyers. The Democratic National Committee chair says the January debates could be postponed if the impeachment trial of President Trump falls on the same day. According to reports, DNC Chair Tom
Who
Perez
cares
said
about the
today
dumb
the schedule of
debates?
the Iowa debate must be flexible because many senators are running for the Democratic
Oh,
nomination.
God.
Perez expresses the
Here
only
we
way
go.
the debate date
All
will
these
be
people,
moved
no
is if the
policy,
impeachment
no
trial is on
nothing.
the same
Just
day.
they're just
He
talking
affirms
out
both
of their.
systems are a go,
I'm sorry,
as
out of
the
their
debate is
ass.
scheduled for January
ASS.
the 14th. Democrat National Convention Committee Chief Joe Salmonese says the party's nominating convention in
This
Wisconsin
is not important.
will be
Alright,
less about
I'm gonna mute it for a
spectacle.
second. Let's get deep. Come on, deep divers. Getting a sip of water here. I'm sorry. Okay, so a lot of this was predicted over 200 years ago, beginning of America, by Freemasons, mostly Albert Pike, as you guys know. He predicted, yes. He was in the Civil War, I believe. He was a 33rd degree Freemason of Scottish Rite or something. All the politicians are Freemasons, basically, and you know how that goes. Secret societies, we don't know anything about them. They're just a group of fellas that go into their Freemason lodges and discuss I don't know, politics, I guess, and whatever else they do there. Have a few beers, then go to Bohemian Grove and do all types of stuff, sacrifices, rituals. Or I'm not gonna go into all that. So Albert Pike predicted world after the Civil War. He died. He died before World War One. He predicted exactly correctly World War One, World War Two, and how World War Three will be. You know, to us it sounds unreal because we're all so civilized now. We're so technologically advanced with AI coming out. You know, transhumanism, virtual reality, which is a whole nother topic. I promise you guys I'll go deep diving on it for anyone that wants to. Just leave comments below exactly what you want me to talk about. Whether it's CERN, which is a big deal. Actually, CERN in Switzerland and France, you know, the big Hadron Collider, the Large Hadron Collider, it created the internet. The internet was created for the Large Hadron Collider to work, to run. Imagine that. They needed Ethernet cords, they needed cables big enough because it was such a huge... It's the biggest man-made machine in the world. So, can anybody say, the Tower of Babel? And it's underground, and they're combining particles, trying to create... You know, they already found the Higgs particle, the God particle. They're trying to open portals, do time machine type stuff. Well, these are some serious fellas, serious guys that do mock rituals, supposedly mock rituals in front of I mean, most of you guys know this if you're a truther, in front of the statue of Shiva, the goddess of destruction, which is in front of the CERN laboratory. It all ties into CERN. All this AI, transhumanism, opening portals, releasing God knows what. If you guys seen Stranger Things, there's you know a little something about that, opening up portals and blah blah blah, which all sounds like science fiction, but sorry, I got a little sick. It's January. I got quite a little flu. So yeah, they're talking about FISA report now too. McCabe admits to media leaks, obstructioning probe. Silent after FBI ex-deputy McCabe admits to media leaks. Comey just sorry, I'm ranting a little. Comey just apologized. He said he was wrong. 2 years later, all this nonsense, putting everyone, the American citizens, through freaking whole headache of nonsense and politics and news and media, left versus right paradigm, right versus left, left right. It's the same old thing. Red or blue, black or white, you know, giants versus blah blah. Alright, so you guys get it. Alright, so they're showing at the FBI guys who got taken down. And Trump, basically, we all know this. What other president fired all the directors, fired the FBI main director, Comey, who might be doing a lot of jail time, by the way. John Brennan, director of the CIA, fired. Who, McCabe, also CIA, fired. Just, you guys know about all the firings that Trump does. He took out a lot of corrupt people. He did take out a lot of corrupt people, but what upsets me still, they're coming out with new things on Jeffrey Epstein. They're coming out with a lot of stuff on Jeffrey Epstein. They finally showed pictures of his neck. I don't want to show it myself, but over here, on his neck, it was a bruised neck. Then they showed the noose that he supposedly made out of bed sheets and hung himself on in a bunk bed. I mean, it all looks pretty fishy. And Michael Baden, the main the autopsy guy, he did autopsy, believe it or not, on JFK, MLK, a lot of people, those big people who died, who got assassinated. So yeah, so he said it definitely looks like a homicide, not a suicide. But that's already, I mean, everyone already knows it. I mean, it's either all been faked and he's in witness protection somewhere in the FBI, so because he has so much info, so much dirt on all the elites, basically every single elite, former U.S. presidents. Like, if his black book, if he had to go to trial and they, took all the evidence, which they do have, is just he's supposedly dead. If he went to trial this or next year, do you know how much people would have went down? Hillary Clinton, Bill Clinton, Obama, the whole Obama regime, the whole Bush administration. Can you imagine that? The past two administrations, Bush and Obama, everyone with them and under them, Dick Cheney, the Vice movie that came out that already gave a little truth into 9/11, how we got into Iraq, and now it's Iran, as we can see. The past two administrations, basically, they all would have got hung for treason, because the penalty for treason is death. It's by hanging, electric chair, or life in jail. But mostly it's very serious. It's treason. Treason means death. Treason to the country. And these are political figures which run our entire government. These are massive machines. Not people, they're machines, conglomerates in the pyramid hierarchy, It's just insanely huge. Give me a second. Let me find out this hierarchy. Well, this hierarchy right here, you guys know. This right here. Yo, when are they gonna make the new $1 bills? I'm looking forward to the new $1 bill. Are they gonna keep the pyramid on? The the New World Order. Neuro Ordo. I already forgot what it is in Latin. Seclorium. The Great Seal. Why is there a pyramid and an eye? What are we, what are we, Egypt? We don't live in Egypt. Why does the dollar have a pyramid? I did a lot of deep dives, so I'm just laughing at this because this is what started it all. This is what started it all. This eye, this all-seeing eye is supposed to be what? God? No, it's Luciferian. It's Messiah. It even looks creepy. Look how it's made. Whose eye is that? I don't know. Whose eye is that? And you know, if you make two triangles up and down, it's gonna say Mason, Freemasons. Well, everyone knows about this. In God we trust. Who is their God, I wonder? Alright, let's get back to it. Yeah, so I mean, I'm glad that at least we're getting some truth out. We're getting some truth out regarding the Epstein case and supposedly 1,000. I'm gonna get to FISA reports too. It's already it's already been 30 minutes. I'm gonna get to FISA real quick too. It's gonna be quick. I'm gonna finish off shortly. Sorry for the late and long video, guys. Start making my videos over 20, 30 minutes, so I could at least get some truth in it. Okay, so yeah, so where we left off was on CERN, how CERN created the internet, and why we have the internet now, and now we have Internet of Things, AI, 5G. Oh, 5G is getting turned on, by the way, I think this month or next month. They just blab it out real quick in the media and then just be quiet. No tests on 5G, no nothing. So it's gonna be faster internet. And they even said it themselves. Oh look, H-bomb test, look. They're already talking about
energy. From now on, man moves into a new era of destructive power, capable of creating explosions
January
of a new order of
7th.
magnitude,
January
dwarfing
7th,
the mushroom clouds of
1953.
Hiroshima and Nagasaki.
Today's January
A little
7th.
over
Look,
3 years
Truman
earlier, in
confirms
late January
H-bomb test.
1950, Truman publicly announced that he had directed the Atomic
They're already
Energy
talking
Commission
nuclear.
to proceed with the development of the hydrogen bomb. 2 years later, on November 1st, 1952, at the Eniwetok Atoll of the Marshall Islands, the vision became a reality. This is the detonation of Ivy Mike. The blast created a fireball more than 3 miles wide. The design was originally the brainchild of Manhattan Project member Dr.
Manhattan
Edward Teller
Project,
and
Philadelphia
Polish
Project,
Stanislaw Ulam.
President
The
Trump.
Teller-Ulam design was essentially
Man
a
moves
three-story
into a
structure
new era
named
of
Mike,
destructive
except the scales
power.
at 82 tons. While it looked unconventional,
Truman,
Ivy
Trump.
Mike was the first successful
Wow, look
test
at
of
that.
a hydrogen bomb in history. News of the
Hydrogen
event
bomb
slowly
is
trickled
even
out,
worse
as Teller
than
sent a coded
atomic
telegram
bomb.
noting, "It's a boy." Further reports emerged in the coming weeks, but on this day in 1953, outgoing President Harry Truman officially announced the development
Today's
of the
January
H-bomb.
7th.
A year later, video of the infamous test was finally released to the public, so they could view the destructive power of the H-bomb with their own eyes.
And the World Health Organization releases a new study which links the rise in obesity to technology. America's Alicia Britton breaks
that's
down
true.
those findings.
Sit in our phones all day and do nothing. Yeah, basically, the H-bomb, the hydrogen bomb is something like 10 or 100 times stronger than an atomic bomb. Like scale for scale, on a scale of things. The H-bomb is like the hydrogen bomb. It's the scariest. It's much bigger than any atom bomb. Alright, so CERN, what they're gonna do with all this transhumanism pushes, mark of the beast, put a mark in your, just how it's written in the Bible, put a mark in your right here, between the thumb and the index finger, and you might as well shoot yourself in the head, or you put it on your forehead. Well, we already see that everywhere. It's convenient. Wow, let's put a chip in our hand and you could open up a door. You don't have to open up doors no more. So yeah, we are going into obesity and heart disease because of all this stuff. Alright, so right now CERN, the Hadron Collider, was turned off because they want to make even bigger collisions. They didn't open enough portals. I don't know what kind of portal they want to open up, but guys, this is a reality. This is scary and insane. This is like they literally want to open up the bottomless pit. If you guys type in um the Gollard tunnel opening, that's right there in CERN. They had the whole on live TV. All the world leaders went to go see it, and it was a satanic ritual. They had goats dancing, destruction, people dying, orgies, all the satanic demonic crap that they fill with in music videos. They put in music videos, all of Hollywood movies. You guys know the deal with that. So, well, how they say, their symbolism will be their downfall. Their I don't do these signs. They're 666 over the eye. They're showing of the pyramid, blah blah blah. These are the various things. Anyways, their symbolism will be their downfall, because all the real people know already. Even if you weren't a conspiracy theorist for all these years, haven't been following all these conspiracies, everything that's been going on, all these secret government projects and whatever it is, FEMA camps, what they're preparing for martial law, world war, blah blah, what they're gonna do to us, demoralize us, turn us into God knows what, slaves with a mark of the beast, social credit system that's coming out, all that and everything. So, okay. So, yeah, that was all born out of CERN, and it's basically, I don't know when, I think sometime this year they're turning it back on because they didn't have enough battery power. They needed so much more battery power because they didn't have enough for all to make these whatever they're trying to collide. They already found the God particle, and now I don't know. They want to recreate the Big Bang. How are they gonna recreate the Big Bang? If they make a black hole on Earth, it's just gonna swallow up the whole Earth. And that's like some funny. It sounds like some funny, like stupid sci-fi movie. Oh, the Earth gets swallowed up, but it's reality. You look into it. What is the Hadron Collider? What is CERN? And what is Freemasonry and what rituals they do and all that stuff, and the military industrial complex, how everything is built on war. Listen, I'm a Russian American. I grew up in New York, and I'm against communism. Communism has killed over somewhere close to 60 million Russian people, Soviet people, Russian people. Imagine that. Close to like 100 million people from the revolution, from the First World War and the Russian Revolution, to where they try to kill Christianity and turn everything into, a communist state, to World War II and beyond. And in China, it was over 200 million people. No one was even counting. Imagine, 200 million people got taken out in China due to communism, and no one talks about it. No history books talk about it. They do talk about the Holocaust, which was 6 million Jews. I have nothing against that, but so many more people died, but they focus on that. And it was just a horrible time. Well, if World War II was that bad, if someone's seen images of World War II, you know how bad that was. Imagine what World War III would look like. It would definitely be apocalyptic and
Heading next,
biblical.
well, those stories and more coming up right now on One American News.
Okay, I'm gonna finish up pretty shortly soon here. What did I want to finish up with, guys? Oh, the FISA reports. So with Q and everything, I've been following Q also, even though I'm a little sketchy on on the origins, who it might be, everything. Show you the White House live. Still safe in one piece. Thank God. We'll see what happens because they did say, Iran did say they want to put an attack on the White House. Let's see what she's saying.
Now, a developing situation is unfolding in the Middle East with Iran firing missiles at bases where
Look at
American
that.
troops were stationed.
Iran
It
falls
all took
missile
place
base.
on Tuesday in Iraq at the Al-Assad
That's today.
and
That's
Erbil
just now.
bases.
That this is
President
live.
Trump has since responded to the attack, saying all is well and reiterating
How's
that
all
the
is
US
well?
has the most
I don't think
powerful and
anything is all is
well-equipped
well.
military in the world. He will be
Man, I
making
doubt
an
it.
official
I
statement
voted for
on
Trump. I'm
Wednesday,
not gonna
and
lie,
this
but
comes
I'm
just
starting
days
to
after
see
the
that
US killed Iran's top
he's
general
just
in a
following
drone
their
strike,
agendas
prompting
too.
Iran to threaten to
The
retaliate.
military-industrial
One America's
complex.
Emerald Robinson has more on the
How will they
situation
retaliate?
from the White
Iran
House.
is no Iraq. They're no
The
joke.
White House isn't providing an official response on Tuesday night to the strikes conducted by Iran on
Official. What's the official response? It's gonna be interesting. Very interesting.
Meet with his top advisors in the Situation Room. His three top advisors: Secretary of State Mike Pompeo, Secretary of Defense Mark Esper, and National Security Advisor Robert
Bolton was
O'Brien
fired.
leaving the White House along with the Vice President Mike Pence just before 9 p.m. Eastern Time.
I think they might be in the Situation Room right now. They definitely have to be in the Situation Room right now.
Suggesting that everyone should wait for the damage assessment before jumping to conclusions. And so far,
Look at that.
there
Yep.
have been no reports of loss of life for U.S.
So far,
Now, that's very
there.
important.
I think there might be
It's a kind of
casualties. They're just
response
hiding
that
it.
might come from the U.S. Some are saying that this
Look at
potentially
that.
lays ground for a de-escalation between the two.
They're not gonna tell you that U.S. troops died. They hide all that stuff, you know. They're not gonna tell you. They're not gonna tell the public until it really escalates. I don't think there's gonna be a de-escalation. I'm sorry. Give me a drink break. Fox News. Let's see what's on there. This is unfolding live. Airstrikes. And, oh, by the way, a plane just went down in Tehran, which is the capital of Iran. I think it was a Ukrainian, plane.
Discuss bad business, and we saved a lot
I
of
listened to
lives
Trump
by
all night.
terminating
Get a
his
drink
life.
of,
A
yeah.
lot of lives are saved. They were planning something, and you're going to be hearing about it, or at least various people in Congress are going to be hearing about it tomorrow.
The public's not going to be hearing
Alluding
about
to
it.
there is that the Secretary of State, the Secretary of Defense, the Chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, and the CIA Director will be briefing
Who
the
is
House
the
and
new CIA
Senate
Director?
tomorrow.
They keep
The
switching.
Gang of Eight, which includes the House and Senate leadership and the Chairman and ranking members of the Intelligence Committees, had a briefing yesterday.
I'll finish
afternoon
off with
by
FISA,
Intelligence
guys.
Committee officials. They will
It's
begin the full
been
classified
almost 40
briefing
minutes.
tomorrow on what led up to the attack and where things may go from here. But in terms of where they go from here, that's up to the president, and we'll find out what he has to say tomorrow morning.
Where the world goes from here?
We'll have him
Interesting.
in front of a camera where he may do this from, because we all know the symbolism of where he chooses to make
Symbolism will be their downfall.
The import of this moment we're at.
Yeah, there's no question about that, and we actually had indications earlier last evening, just a few hours ago, that the president may in fact have come to the cameras to say something. But as the evening progressed, and it was determined that the attack was not as bad as had first
Iran's
been
Revolutionary
feared,
Guard is
the
part. They're
president
pretty
got back
serious
on that and make a
guys.
statement
Threatened
tomorrow. I would
to
assume that it
set
will most likely be an
ablaze
on-camera
places
statement, but
supported
things
by
are very fluid
U.S.
here
to
around the White
wow
House. One thing
to
we
avenge
learned in the last
killing
3 years, Shannon.
It's true. When the
last
president shows up, then we'll all know.
Friday of Iranian General Qassem Soleimani, who died in U.S.
Okay, 2 rounds.
drone strike in
US
Iran.
coalition forces in Iraq. Let's get a live report.
Look at that, wow.
Correspondent Benjamin Hall is live in Jordan. Good morning to you there, Benjamin.
Oh, it's already morning in the Middle East. They're gonna start assessing
yes,
damages.
For 5 days we've been waiting to see what the Iranian response would be to the death of Qassem Soleimani. They have been talking about nothing else but revenge and retaliation since then, and they made it very clear that it would be a military strike against US military targets. They said
They're gonna strike Saudi Arabia oil fields. Iran hates Saudi Arabia, by the way.
Ships in the Persian Gulf or
You see
Saudi
this?
Arabia. They also said they might
See,
strike
Saudi
US
Arabia. I
bases
just
in
said
Iraq
it.
and Syria.
This
Well,
is
in fact, what
live,
they
and
have done is that they have
I
struck
already said it.
Iraqi bases which house US soldiers. The Al-Assad base is the second largest. It's where many
Second
US
largest
troops are
air
based in the
base.
country. But one
Wow,
thing that
got
they didn't
bombed.
successfully do,
Imagine
which
that.
they did talk about for a long time, was shedding American blood.
Look at that, shedding American blood.
Trump has made it very clear,
Ooh. High
for
alert.
2 weeks now that his red line was the death of any
Oh
Americans.
man.
Remember, President Trump didn't react when Iran shot down a U.S. drone. He didn't react when they attacked the Saudi oil facilities.
Wow. There's definitely be casualties. Tomorrow will be a crazy day, January 8th.
Once they killed that American contractor,
Look at the strikes.
or Iranian-backed Shia militias killed an American contractor.
This is Iranians
no US
throwing bombs in US bases. So why aren't the US base? Weren't the US bases retaliating? The biggest US base?
They do not want war to develop.
They do not want war.
They seem to have made their peace,
Supposedly, America and Iran don't want war,
both sides.
but they branded each other terrorists.
5 days, but Mark Esper, the defense secretary, making it very clear that although the US didn't want war, it was prepared to finish one. We heard from President Trump in the last couple of hours on Twitter, and here's what he said. It was the first thing we heard after that attack. He said, all is well.
All is well.
Missiles launched from Iran at 2 military bases located in Iraq. Assessment of casualties and damages taking place now. So far, so good. We have the most powerful and well-equipped military.
Forgot about Russia and
so
China,
far.
mostly Russia.
Making a statement
What did Russia do in Syria?
Secretary Pompeo has spent the last
With all those crazy
2 days
jets they
reaching out
made.
to allies in the region. He was releasing transcripts of his calls with the leaders of Saudi Arabia, of Qatar.
Saudi Arabia is gonna get striked by Iran. Again, the oil fields, just like they did the oil fields, they're gonna keep attacking Saudi oil fields and probably civilians.
Ready for some response. It has now happened. Remains to be seen how they respond tomorrow.
Yeah, the world waits.
Oh,
Benji,
wow.
thank you very much.
The world
So,
waits.
15 ballistic missiles, no confirmed casualties as of yet, and Iran says no intention to escalate the situation. Let's talk about it now with Air Force veteran, the first female fighter pilot to fly in combat, Arizona Senator Martha McSally, who also sits on the Senate Armed Services Committee.
Combat fighter, jet combat fighter.
I should say now. Let me ask you about this question of precision, because of all of your experience here.
Real
Could they miss
precise.
on purpose? Is it the weapons that they chose? What do you make of the assessment that it could have been a deliberative miss?
Well, I know there's a lot of speculation right now, but I was over in the region in October and visited the Saudi Aramco facility 12 days after the strikes. And those strikes were extremely precise,
look at it.
and well-timed and targeted.
Iran has some precise fucking missiles.
I mean, we'll see more as things unfold. They could have very imprecise ballistic missiles, in which case, if they were...
See, I just said that.
Then that's a
I
question
just
in
said
itself.
that. I'm
But if
beating
they were
her own
trying to
words.
miss, they could have inadvertently killed Americans. It's a really risky thing for them to have tried to do. So we'll see more as things unfold. We'll get more in the briefing.
I'll tell you what this is all for. This is deep state. I'll tell you what this is all for. In 1 second, I'll close up.
They showed tremendous precision in the attack on the
Precision,
Aramco facility,
precision.
the weapons. So it'll be very interesting to get further detail on what actually happened here.
You know what they're capable of.
You know what they're capable of. Yes, they're capable of a lot.
There's a lot of conversation about the role of Congress at this point. What do you think it should be?
Oh wow! So I ran counterterrorism
wow.
operations, Shannon, in the military. My last assignment at Africa Command, we would go through at the lower level, going after bad guys in Africa. There's one commander in chief, there's one chain of command, and there's operational security. When the intelligence comes together for some sort
Okay,
of strike,
so
the
this is
thought of
already, you guys get the point. Okay, let me finish off here. Do you guys remember the impeachment? This was right before Christmas. Yes, Donald Trump got impeached. 2 articles of impeachment: abuse of power and obstruction of Congress. So he got impeached and nothing happened. Pelosi held back the articles of impeachment from the Senate. Otherwise, it would have got dismissed right away. They're figuring out what to do next with it. I just don't understand both. I don't understand not anymore. I don't understand the right paradigm, the old Trump paradigm, and the left paradigm, which is just crazy. So it's like the lesser of 2 evils is the Republicans, but you can see what's happening now. It really doesn't matter. Red or blue, white or black. It's still gonna be those people that are in control, the elites that you never see on TV. They're always behind the scenes. They meet up at Bilderberg. They meet up God knows where, underground, Bohemian Grove. You get the point. underground. They're pedophiles, they're sexual perverts, they're God knows what. Murderers, killers. They're basically demonic. They have no soul. They sold their souls out. They're just demonic entities. They're not people no more. Most of these politicians, they are not people. I don't know what they are. I'm not gonna speculate and say any kind of thing, but they aren't the influence. They are definitely under the influence of the devil. That's what I could access and say. All this demonic stuff with Freemasonry, sacrificing, especially young children, the adrenochrome, getting blood. This is all coming out after Jeffrey Epstein, who worked for Mossad, obviously, which is the CIA equivalent, of America, but it's much more crazier. Mossad is a really crazy administration, whatever you want to call them. Alright, so I'll tell you this. High alert, McSally on fires missile the U.S. bases. So you seen how Trump got impeached, and out of nowhere we had a new year. The new year started on the second day of New Year. They drone strike this general who's a terrorist because if you guys don't know, America has labeled all of Iranian politicians, the whole government, as terrorists. So basically, they're all terrorists. They won't meet, they won't talk, they won't negotiate. And the same thing with Tehran, the president and the prime minister, and the supreme, whatever they call him, the supreme commander. He called all of America terrorists, all the politicians and the administration terrorists. So basically, they both look at each other as terrorists. There's no negotiation. I don't know how they're gonna de-escalate, but you know what this is distracting from? There was a lot of I'm gonna say it on YouTube. False flags, bogus banners, whatever you wanna call them. Distractions, basically, with crisis actors. There was all these shootings at churches, at synagogues, the whole anti-Semitism thing. And Trump signed that executive order that you can't speak out against anti-Semites and some other things, which kind of harshly infringes on the First Amendment. Do you know? That it does infringe on freedom of speech. I mean, no one wants to march around saying I hate him, I hate these people, but we do have freedom of speech, and as American citizens, neutralized citizens, we're allowed to, have freedom of speech, have freedom of religion. You see all these Satanists running around with all these symbols, Hollywood celebrities, musicians, and then they all, I don't know what kind of contracts that they sign. I'm not going to get into it in this video already. I'll make a video on it with the whole music industry in Hollywood. Many have done, but I'll do my own take on it. So this is basically distracting from the whole impeachment and FISA. You see how they open up FISA. So basically what FISA is, there are over, as far as I know, like 70 or 80,000 sealed cases of FISA, which is people that are supposed to be at military tribunals. So that's military court for war crimes and like high crimes, for treason and all the stuff against our country. So this is gonna be, that's what they're distracting from, the FISA unsealing, which Horowitz was testifying about, and what has to be done basically, if in the Trump administration, he did say he's gonna drain the swamp, he's gonna get rid of the cabal. He said to Hillary on the debate stages many times, if he becomes president, he's gonna put her in jail, lock her up. We haven't seen that yet, but everyone already knows, the whole public knows, all the call logs, all the plane logs of Bill Clinton, Hillary Clinton, everyone else, Bill Gates, you name it, have been at the Epstein Ranch. They've all been good friends with him, real good friends, associates with him, and they've been to the Epstein Island, they've been to, you know, the ranch, they've been to his New York mansion, whatever you want to call it. How's this guy Jeffrey Epstein? How's he richer than Donald Trump? How's he richer than everybody? He had something like, let me see, he was a multi-billionaire. I don't know how many billions he had. He had definitely over like 10-20 billion dollars, probably more. He worked for Mossad. He was a crazy guy. Basically, his job was to have dirt on every politician, every part of the royal family. You know, Prince Andrew, Bill Clinton, whoever you want to call it, all the elites basically from every part of the pyramid, blah blah hierarchy. So he kept dirt on him. He had little black books. He definitely had footage of. They're saying they had footage of Bill Clinton raping little 13-year-old girls, and the same with everyone else. And supposedly Hillary Clinton drinking adrenochrome, killing children on screen. You know, they have these what are they called? Snuff films. I think it's called, yeah, the snuff films. So they all have dirt on each other. That's why it's like a secret society where no one can speak about each other because they all have crazy dirt on each other, which the public would just tear them to shreds if they seen the evidence that's coming against them. But basically, all these shootings, all these crazy things that we're seeing on the news that's there to scare us, right before the New Year happened and right after New Year with the whole Iran thing, it's all distractions from basically all these American politicians and all these people in high places. You know how it says in the Bible, we battle not against flesh but spiritual, spiritual wickedness in high places. So that's really what it comes down to. Everything is biblical right now, even with nature cataclysms to rumors of wars. Syria was obliterated, Iraq was obliterated, Libya was obliterated, Afghanistan was obliterated. Now they're trying to get to Iran to obliterate Iran. Hey, I'm not on nobody's side. I'm not friends with these people. I don't know these people, these politicians. But it's a very dirty game. Oh, by the way, Ukraine has been obliterated. They bomb little kids and little, old women and civilians. It's just horrible. The whole Syria was a genocide from 2014, I think, to 2018. Over 1 million people got genocided. Can you imagine that? Did you see pictures of Damascus? Damascus was obliterated. That was the capital of Syria. So was Palmyra. Obliterated. For what? They're saying it's ISIS? But who had all the bombs for the airstrikes? I don't know. You just think about it and figure out the answer for yourself. How could they obliterate that? ISIS doesn't have that many bombs and explosives to decimate a whole country. Damascus, all these cities. Syria just got obliterated. Over what? What are they looking for there? Ancient artifacts, some I don't know what. Hey, don't ask me. The last secrets are definitely in Antarctica. Antarctica is very interesting. Basically, all the countries in the world signed the treaty agreement that no one can touch, build, or do anything in Antarctica. Why? Because they're so focused and worried about like Greta Thunberg is about climate change and the ecosystem. No, they're not. God knows what's happening in Antarctica. Some people claim flat Earth, that's the end of the dome, or something is beyond it, the ice wall. But there is a lot of interesting things in Antarctica. That's where I'm gonna leave off. The FISA reports. We shall see people go. A lot of people are supposed to go down for treason right now. Look at the jets. Missiles rain down. Iran strikes 3 U.S. military bases in Iraq. Wow, strikes 3. Let's listen for a second.
Jennifer Griffin live tonight from the Pentagon.
Now it's 3 bases. That's
so Iran calling
serious.
tonight's proportionate response as it faces a maximum pressure campaign intended to force the regime to the negotiating table. Let's bring back retired Delta Force Commander, former Deputy Undersecretary of Defense for Intelligence, Lieutenant General
Insane.
Boykin. General,
Rockets fired at Al-Assad Air
let
Base
me ask you
and
this, because prior to the strikes by Iran tonight, they were
Erbil.
talking about carrying out some type of revenge. They call it self-defense. And before that, General Hussein Salami, who is
There has to
one
be
of the big
casualties.
IRGC guys now,
And
he
what?
was, and
The U.S. bases did not fire back?
and if they
That's
make
very
a
interesting.
subsequent move, we will set fire to the place
Look at
they
that.
love. So
What?
what's our next move?
If they make us... Did you just hear that? Insane.
So what's our next move?
If they make a subsequent move, we will burn down the place they love. What is the place we love? What are they gonna burn down? Oh, this is high alert.
I think at this point that the Trump
serious.
administration will not pull the trigger on a military action. That's my
Former Delta
guess.
Force
I
Commander.
don't think they'll respond militarily, but
Maybe we'll start seeing new technology.
Increase in the sanctions and
Increase in sanctions. Maybe we'll start seeing new technologies being revealed on the battlefield. Maybe they're really gonna show the whole world and American people what kind of crazy military they've been cooking up. What kind of crazy, crazy military technology that has been, let me take a drink of water here. Crazy laser technology, talking about Space Force. They're gonna start showing and disclosing some of that, I believe, in my opinion, to the whole world, because Russia said and showed what they have, which are some crazy hypersonic missiles, all kinds of nuclear-powered icebreakers in the Arctic, crazy submarines, crazy jets, 6th generation fighter jets, and all this stuff. So what I'm really waiting for, guys, and I'm pretty sure most of you truthers are too, I want to see people go down for treason. People, they are not above the law. Nancy Pelosi said it, Chuck Schumer said it, all these Democrat diplomats said no one is above the law, not even the president. But how about them? They're above the law? They commit acts of treason and laugh it off like it's a joke. Because they have some of them have immunity, like Adam Schiff and I guess Pelosi and all of them. But once the FISA gets unsealed, that's sealed indictments that are basically there to put away these people, either death penalty or life in jail. And that's what I want to see, and many truthers want to see. And I want to see this whole Epstein case blow over. All these elites who are shaking in their boots, literally shaking their boots. Alright, I've been on for almost an hour. It's been 58 minutes. I'm sorry it's been so long, guys, but hopefully we'll see. They want to start a global war, because the deep state, the swamp, they don't want to go to jail for life. They don't want to get hung for treason. People will rip them to shreds if they find all the evil and horrible things they have done, while we as regular Americans try to make, America a good place, a good Christian, good Christian country. And I'm gonna end with this. I'm gonna show you this again. I wonder if they'll ever make a new $1 bill, because this has got to go. This whole pyramid has got to go. And yeah, they have to go. I'm waiting for these people to go to jail for treason, or possibly get the death penalty. They deserve it. They sacrificed kids. They killed kids. They are evil. They don't have souls. They don't have morals, values. They are horrible, demonic, deranged human. Can't even call them human beings. God knows what they are. And with that, guys, thank you for listening. Please give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends, please. God bless you all. Happy New Year once again. I love you guys. Truthers, let's deep dive. I have way more deep diving videos. Ask me, comment any topics, or talk to me, whatever you want me to talk about. I'll go with that. And with an hour, I'm finishing off. Goodbyes. Signing out. Peace out, guys. Love.